Everyone. My name is Megan Wing, and I am the Academic and University Affairs Commissioner for the Central Student Association here at the University of Guelph. I would like to welcome you all today to the College of Physical and Engineering Science Convocation Ceremony. The University of Guelph is honored by our graduates, and we take great pride in this convocation. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the proceedings today. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees has evolved over a millennium, and the gowns and hoods represent that history. In general, the gowns for the baccalaureate and the magisteriate degrees are black, and the color of the hood is different for each degree program. The doctorates at the University of Guelph have a bright blue gown, and the honorary degrees are red. The University of Guelph crest that you can see on the curtains behind me and shown on the cover of the convocation program also represents our specific history. The emblems in the crest show links with the royal city of Guelph through the white stallion above, the connection to the liberal arts through the book, to the sciences through the astrolabe, and our connection to abundance and agriculture through the cornucopia. The University of Guelph motto, Rerum cognoscere causis, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to be either, happy is the one who is able to ascertain the reason of things, or perhaps to know the meaning of things. The procession of people into the halls are also influenced by ancient tradition. The piper will herald the start of the procession of graduands, the students who are coming to graduate today. This will be followed by the arrival of the mace leading the platform party. The mace is a symbol of authority of the university and will be carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, a beadle was chosen by the instructor to work as an assistant. Today, the beadle is the ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and mace is the vice-chancellor, members of the administration and the honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and senate, and members of faculty and staff. Degrees will be conferred in the order that you see in your program. The degrees are separated by categories representing the specific degree being awarded within the college. We will begin with doctorates and magisteriates, followed by the baccalaureate degrees. The name reader will present scholars to the vice-chancellor by degree category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place the hood over the recipient's shoulders. This moment will be videoed, and technology willing, there will be a simultaneous live cast of the event to allow family members and friends to watch from a distance. The vice-chancellor will greet each student at center stage, and a photograph will be taken. We understand the joy and excitement accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we do ask that you hold your applause until after each group of graduates has crossed the stage. There will be an opportunity for a truly thunderous applause. Once all of the degrees are conferred and all of the cheers are cheered, the vice-chancellor will close the ceremony and a recessional will play. Please remain standing during the recessional until all the platform party has processed out of the hall. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs are hosting a social media program developed especially for Convocation. Please share your photos, memories, and advice with graduating students by joining us on social media and using the hashtag #GuelphGrad. Finally, may I be the first person to congratulate the graduates on their various successes and offer my congratulations to you, the friends and family who are here to support them. Welcome to the Convocation at the University of Guelph.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Let us pause for a moment and reflect with our whole selves, mind, body, and soul, on our unique journeys and our distinct callings and our place in this complex and mysterious world. In this moment, we acknowledge the Attawandaron people, on whose traditional territory the University of Guelph now stands. We offer our respect to their Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Métis neighbors. We remember that the world as we experience it is not the world as it has always been. Further, it is not the world as it must always be. We give thanks for those friendships that have blessed us over the course of our studies. We are grateful to those who have supported us and helped us, faculty, staff, mentors, and families, for the journey has been long and the traveling hard. I invite you now to embrace a short silence, and in your own way, be it through prayer or remembrance or thoughtful affirming, recognize that for which you are grateful. As we open ourselves to a new season of life, may the knowledge that we have attained here be coupled with wisdom, colored with compassion, and marked with humility. May we embrace each new opportunity in ways that honor creation, that foster community, and defends the dignity of all people. And may the mystery of life and each new moment bring us laughter and delight as we seek to be agents of grace and peace and hope for this world. Amen. You may be seated.
Members of the board, honorary fellows and faculty of the university, families and friends, and graduates. Welcome to the celebration of Convocation here at the University of Guelph. Let me also take this opportunity to extend a particular welcome to this morning's Convocation speaker with us, Dr. Karen Gordon. Welcome, Karen. My name is Franco Vaccarino, and I have the honor and the privilege of serving as the president and vice chancellor of this great university, and I'm delighted today to welcome all of you to Convocation. So to kick things off, first off, graduates, this is your big day. You've worked hard, you've persevered, and you've made it. Well done, and well deserved. As we begin today's Convocation ceremony, let me share a few thoughts with you before I introduce Karen as our Convocation speaker. Think fast. Think fast. We've all heard that expression. You don't very often hear the expression, think slow. My main message today is twofold. Think fast and think slow. As a psychologist, I'm interested in cognitive science and neuroscience. And speaking as well, by the way, as a parent of two daughters who actually are around your ages, I believe that your minds, students here, are different from those of your parents' generation. We see how you absorb information, how you interact with and through information technology. Past generations might see this just as so much distraction and lack of attention. But that view, I would suggest, is missing something. Young people today are able to cope with and process more information and attend to more multiple sources of new information and knowledge than any other generation. Your brains, in short, have successfully adapted to a very, very fast-paced world. We often talk about body of knowledge, the sea of knowledge. In many ways, that metaphor is beginning to change because of today's realities. And many ways, I think a more accurate metaphor is the river. Today, we're navigating a river of knowledge, one that is growing larger and flowing faster all the time. New ideas come at us all the time at an unprecedented pace. New innovations, new ways to connect the dots and understand the world. We need to process more information in the same amount of time, like no other time in history. We need to think faster. We might call this fast thinking reactive thinking. Reactive thinking is the kind of thing that helps a driver through the twists and turns of the road from a moment-to-moment basis. Very, very important. But there is another kind of thinking, reflective thinking. You hear the word reflection. Slow thinking. Slow thinking takes a broader and more strategic view of problem solving. On that road of the twists and turns, reflective thinking or slow thinking is what enables you to decide to take this road or that one, or to indeed wonder and determine whether or not the road you're on is in fact the optimal road to be on. In our fast-paced world, universities are increasingly important places for both kinds of thinking. Reactive thinking that addresses today helps us successfully navigate through the fast-paced challenges and opportunities that characterize our world, but also reflective thinking. Slow thinking that rises above and beyond the here and now to take the long view, to take the broad view, to consider tomorrow, the day after, and to consider the broader context. As students at the University of Guelph, you've identified during the past few years, and you've benefited from in the years that you've been here, from an environment that has challenged your thinking. An environment that nurtures freedom of thought and expression and inquiry. An environment that promotes and supports openness to new ideas. It's part of that reflective process. One that invites varied perspectives on a problem or opportunity. We've tried to encourage you to exercise both reactive and reflective thinking. We've stressed the kind of thinking that enables you not just to provide the right answers, but equally important, and perhaps even more important often, to ask the right questions. We've looked to nurture thinking that is disciplined and thinking that is interdisciplinary, that draws upon diverse experiences and points of view. The kind of thinking that is very important in a world where the challenges and opportunities we face are larger and more complex than ever. Big problems, complex problems need lots of minds thinking together on solutions. And not just like minds. You know, on your devices, you often get those little bubbles that say, you might like this, because for the past year, you've been clicking on things that suggest you might like this. But it's not just about like minds, it's about unlike minds. Unlike minds. Minds from different backgrounds, from different perspectives. Something outside of your comfort zone. There's a proverb that I very much like, and it goes something like this: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. You are all about to explore and discover the next phase of your lives. Go together, think fast, and think slow. Thank you very much. And now I'm absolutely delighted to introduce our convocation speaker, Professor Karen Gordon. Dr. Karen Gordon is Associate Dean, academic in the College of Physical and Engineering Science, and a professor in the School of Engineering. Her research is focused on developing methods of quantifying the mechanical behavior of soft tissues and applying the results to study the etiology of osteoarthritis, which is, by the way, the biggest musculoskeletal problem in the Western Hemisphere. And Dr. Gordon's area is a wonderful example of disciplines and connecting the dots in interesting and very, very cool ways to solve complex problems. I'm absolutely pleased and delighted to introduce and invite Dr. Gordon to give the convocation address.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. I am honored to be here today to address this distinguished audience. I have a very deep connection to this university, as I myself, in fact, completed my undergraduate degree here many years ago, as did my sister and my father as well. And so I really feel a strong connection, and on this day, when I have the opportunity now as a faculty member to look back, greet students that I've taught, and also gives me an opportunity to reflect upon the changes over the past 20-odd years. The world that you're entering into now as a newly graduated professional has changed immensely in many, many ways. And in many, many ways, it's also stayed very much the same. So as with all convocation speeches, I have about 5 to 7 minutes that I'm supposed to share with you words of wisdom that you'll hopefully take note of as part of your memories of this day and hopefully carry with you as you embark upon your next life adventure. I have to admit that I was a bit hesitant to give this address at first, for a couple of different reasons. First, one would think that maybe I might be allocated 10 minutes to give those words of wisdoms and inspire you in some sort of way. And also, I really sort of felt that I don't think I've quite lived long enough yet to have any real wisdom. And I felt that this would be something that was reserved for more experienced people, older people than me. And then I suddenly realized, in yet another moment that's contributing to my impending midlife crisis, that in fact I am getting rather old and rather experienced. And this was quite the revelation for me. So in developing this address, I sort of crossed my own hurdles, if you will. So then I thought back to my own convocations. I've had a few, and I honestly don't remember any words of wisdom spoken. So then I tried to recall instances in my own life when I felt like someone had said something impactful to me, and I can think of many, but most of which are not appropriate for this audience. However, I've never been one to back away from a challenge. So here I am now, and I'll do my best to have some sort of impact. I can recall twice that I was impacted by speech, and I think it was mainly because it resonated with my own personal experiences. The first time was at a mentoring event for women in science that I attended as a brand new faculty member when I joined the University of Guelph. The speaker was a successful professor in science, and the topic of her speech was just that, success. She outlined for the audience the daily schedule of one of her colleagues, who was an outstanding researcher and certainly a very successful professor, and had had a significant impact in his field. His day began at 5 a.m. He went to the gym for 1 hour. Then he showered, ate, and was into his office for 7. Grant writing was blocked in his calendar for 2 to 3 hours every morning. And then came meetings with various individuals for the next few hours, at which time he would shift focus to article writing for the remaining 2 to 3 hours of each day. One night a week was allocated to attend various functions, and 2 nights a week he was home by 6 to spend time with his wife and 3 children. The speaker was the first person I had heard in her position who suggested that such a life would, in fact, not be success to her. In fact, she would view it as a failure in many ways. As a mother of 3 children herself, success for her had to involve ensuring the welfare of those children, more than just twice a week. And I believe I was pregnant at the time with my first. I had absolutely no idea what I was about to get into, but these words stuck with me. And there are times now, over 10 years later, when I remind myself of them and I try to evaluate my life with my own measure of success. And it is certainly not all about my professional accomplishments, how much money I make, or even about how much time I spend with my kids. This is something that is individual, and I would advise you today to try to figure this out. What does success mean to you? It's not an easy task, but it is something I would suggest you should make a priority, and that taking some time to reflect meaningfully on this slowly will help guide you through some of the more difficult choices that most likely lie ahead of you. The second time that I felt impact from a speech was at a retirement party for a colleague not that long ago, someone whose name I won't mention here just in case, but who I hold in very high regard. I had taken classes from him when I was a student and then had the privilege to come back and work with him as a colleague. He said in his retirement speech that he had no regrets in his choice of job, and that every day he had come into work over the past 25 years and always looked forward to the day ahead. When I first heard this, I was actually quite dismayed, because I could think of plenty of times when I had come into work dreading one thing or other about my day. But I've now come to interpret his words as more of a big picture statement. The idea that each day, maybe once a week, maybe once a month, I ask myself, am I happy to be here? Would I be happier or more fulfilled somewhere else? Within reason, of course. Obviously, a typical day at work can't compare to ski vacation. But for me, I am lucky enough to say that with few exceptions, most days have been good. And I know others, people very close to me, in fact, who are not as fortunate. And as idealistic as it may sound, I believe if you're not happy each morning when you go off to do whatever it is that you do, you owe it to yourself to keep looking for something that does give you that satisfaction. So these are not my words of wisdom, as they didn't originate with me, but I pass them on to you today. Find your own measure of success, and then take time to pause, reflect periodically, and ask yourself if you've reached it, and are you happy? Today is a day of happiness and a day to celebrate your success. Roughly 4 years ago, you joined an institution which believes in shaping citizens that will engage their community in critical and exceptional thinking. You have now achieved a degree in physical science, computer science, or engineering. You've spent the last 4 to 5 years gaining knowledge related to these topics and applying them to real-world problems while developing traits that are hallmark to the University of Guelph, such as being able to contribute in an interdisciplinary team, understanding and implementing a culture of respect for diversity. What the world holds for you now is your choice, and that's an exciting prospect. Your generation faces many challenges which I believe are very unique. Each and every career opportunity awaiting you will require a different set of skills compared to 20 years ago when I graduated. Economically, our industries can no longer depend on geography, natural resources, cheap labor, or military power. The world is getting bigger, and our resources are finite. In order to be successful, we now need to focus on discovering new scientific knowledge, finding sustainable technology not just for ourselves, but for the future generations to come. And we must find ways to turn these discoveries into reality faster than ever before. But here's the difference. Meeting these challenges will require professionals who are not only technically competent, but they must also carry with them a truly global vision. The next generation, you, must also be able to appreciate and draw on our social diversity and work in a team environment in order to cross boundaries between life, physical, engineering, and information science. You must also work within a framework of sustainable development, thoughtfully considering not only progress, but history. You need to be creative, innovative, both humble and assertive. Hats off to you today. My deepest respects. This is not an easy task. But the knowledge you have gained here, the science and technological advances you have learned are tools, nothing more, nothing less. On its own, a tool does nothing. It needs to be operated, and you are the operators. You are now both empowered and privileged as you move ahead in your career. You're graduating from an institution that values and has cultivated not only your technical competence, but hopefully your social and global responsibilities as well. Is this too much to ask? Perhaps today, on the day of your convocation, yes. But I do believe you've now achieved a stepping stone on that path to accepting the challenges that face your generation. Today is a day about looking back, remembering, celebrating, saying thank you, and goodbye. And tomorrow is a new day where hopefully you will look and turn and face the challenges before you head on. I sincerely wish you the best of luck. Congratulations.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Gordon, for those inspiring words. I think all of us, not just the students and the graduates, learned something from those remarks. I'm Charlotte Yates. I'm the Vice President Academic of the University of Guelph, and I have the great pleasure to do what we call the presentation of scholars. And this is what you are all waiting for. Will the graduating class please rise? Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I hereby accept you for admission to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto.
Will members of the graduating class please sit down?
Good morning. As the Assistant Vice President of Graduate Studies at the University of Guelph, I'm doubly delighted to witness Convocation this morning. Firstly, I'm delighted to see some of our 2,500 graduate students complete master's and doctoral degrees, following what can constitute years of determined study and research. Secondly, I'm delighted by the thought that some of our newly completed undergraduates might return to the university to complete a graduate degree with us. As such, I would love to applaud each graduate. Unfortunately, I must exercise restraint and ask you, similarly, to hold your collective applause until after the presentation of each of the degree programs. Of course, if you wish to express your excitement in some audible manner as your graduate walks across the stage, we will not stand in your way. Indeed, we encourage you to do so. Thank you. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science, that they may be admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Jennifer Pulaski. Marion Waito. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science, that they may be admitted to the degree of Master of Applied Science. Ali Jawad Al Hashim. Johannes Ryan Chan. Amro Ilhalali. Erica Leah Fiedler. Brittany Laura Reiki. Yu Tian. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science, that they may be admitted to the degree of Master of Engineering. Joshua David Chan. Yuan. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science, that they may be admitted to the degree of Master of Science. Tegan Lynn Anselmini. Tian Yi Bao. Kevin Fatius. Tian Tang. Carson Lee. Richard Tiam Xiang Yam. Please join me in congratulating the graduates.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Richard Zittner, and I'm the Dean of the College of Physical Engineering Science. It's my pleasure to present the graduates of various degrees in the college. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you this scholar from the College of Physical and Engineering Science, that she may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors Program. Yael Locker-Beletsky. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you this scholar from the College of Physical and Engineering Science, that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts General Program. Emily Ann Jackson. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science, that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Computing Honors Program. Aftab Ahmed. Connor William McHugh Brockbank. Kyle Zachary Janot. Daniel Gerardo. Samir Giuliani. Patrick Hartman with distinction. Michelle Elizabeth Alex McKenzie with distinction. Torniki Nachvilishvili. Melissa and Nadia Neubert with distinction. Kabir Singh. Michael Tai. Jenny Yu. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you this scholar from the College of Physical and Engineering Science that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Computing, General Program. Krishnan Tripathi. Please join me for a round of applause for the group of graduates. I can stand here, right?
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the School of Engineering that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honors Program. Abdurrahman Alabasi.
Yes, we did it!
Shanaz Al-Nasri. Trevor Armstrong. Shervin Aslani. Dustin Bell. Kevin Bowman. Kevin Brett. Jesse Campbell. Jeremy Chow. Joseph Chittick. Thank you. Ivan Chichinovsky. Thank you. Todd Clark. Thanks, Eric. Dick. Yogeshwara Gagalaramsi. Alexis Gantos. Thank you. Akil Gormandi. Sayada Hussain. Thank you. Shirley Hovier. Thanks, Thelma. Thelma John. Thanks. Prithvi Japali. Anthony Leong. Madison McCarthy. Patricia McMullen. Michelle Milgram. Ahmed Mirza. Thanks, James. James Sanker. Lauren Shirtliff. Simran, thank you. Simrit Sidhu. Glothan Sirisegaram. Nicholas Stacy. Anthony Stajahar. Jacqueline Sublet. Kirthi Sukhavasi. Elaine Vigeris. Kimberly Swain. David Walters. Rachel Young. Jasmine Yu. Iman Zidane. Sheng Zhao. Please Jumping ahead. Please join me in congratulating all the graduates from the School of Engineering.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Physical and Engineering Science that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science Honors Program. Michael Agbajo. Christina Asha Banks. Abraer Sarah O. Bagwilan. Jennifer Marie Sirha. Janju Datu. Emily Lynn Farrell with distinction. Neil Stanley Fott with distinction. Eric Raymond Ganong. Jennifer Hannah Gardner with distinction. Gregory Graves. Michaela Devlin Gray with distinction. Kazmarzik. Adrian Ray Kazmarzik. Michael John Meisner. Chloe Taylor Palesh. Anna Christina Pirza. Jacob Clark Stevens. Joseph Kyle Stitsky. Holly Taryn with distinction. Is he the last one? He's the last one. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you this scholar from the College of Physical and Engineering Science that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science General Program. David Paul Eichinger. May I ask for a round of applause for all our graduates today.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I would ask you to confer the various and several degrees on the graduates listed in the program, but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduands not present. Well, graduates, you did it. Congratulations. Well done. Let me take this opportunity to welcome all of you now to the Griffin alumni family, a growing family. This week, more than 1,000 new graduates are joining that family. University of Guelph alumni now number more than 125,000 around the world. As you can imagine, we're all very, very proud of your accomplishments here at the University of Guelph, and very much look forward to seeing how the foundations that you have developed here as a student will continue to support you as you move forward in your own lives and in your futures. We want to celebrate your achievements and your successes, and do hope that you'll stay in touch with your alma mater. Remember that you're always welcome here. Graduates, you've made many memories here at the University of Guelph, including, of course, today's ceremony. And remember this as well. You are a student for a short time, but you're a Griffin forever. Congratulations again. This concludes our formal convocation ceremony. Dean Richard Zittner will host a tea for all the graduates and their guests in Quilman Hall, which is just behind us. And this really is an opportunity to congratulate the graduates, and we hope that you all can attend. A couple of orders of business here. Once you've taken all your photographs, if I could ask the graduates to please return their gowns and hoods. It says in my notes here to the tent outside, but that's actually not correct. It's actually downstairs, I think, is where your gowns and hoods are. So if you can return them downstairs, that would be terrific. And one more note, we are hosting 6 convocation ceremonies this week, and waiting outside, as you can imagine, is the next group of eager families to see their graduates cross the stage. And if you could help us prepare for that group, I'd ask that you exit through the stages here to my right and left. So thank you for that. And now, final words. Convocation is dismissed. Congratulations.
Better than mine.